Hi guys, my name is Beans. This is going to be a review, but before that, let's greet each other Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. And hopefully you got a really nice dinner with your friends or family last night. For me, I typically celebrate Christmas Eve. And hope you got a lot of good gifts, or you've given out gifts. I think at this time, especially when later on in life, you give out gifts. And for me, I hand out some gifts to my cousins, and they actually like it. And for those who are curious what they are, well, they're spinners. Actually, I gave out the loophole spinner, this one. They never actually got into it with the spinner craze. I mean, for one, they find it a little silly. Not as much what I think about them, but you know, they actually like this particular one. I gave them with the core, so it's a spinner, or you can use it as a ring spinner. And one great thing about this is you can spin this while driving or while you're in front of the keyboard. So all that good stuff. So you know about that spinner. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great Christmas, and I'm gonna do some reviews since I'm still off today, or actually it is still my day off today. Gotta go back to work tomorrow, so I got a little bit of time to do some reviews. Alright, so first off, we have the Tamashii mix. This is the Megaman, made by Bandai, the Giga Armor. Yeah, with the it's Megaman X. Not quite sure of the background story about this, other than it's an awesome looking figure. So this is going to be a blind review, meaning I know little or not at all about what I'm reviewing, other than it is awesome. And it is. Alright, so we have Giga X, or Giga Armor X here. We have Rush, Yegged, and we have the Cobblerized, where you can combine everything. Looking cool. We got Capcom, Megaman X. We're back here. So it seems like we can swap the blaster to a hand, which is cool. And now we can put all the crazy armor, the Gigabit Flugel. That's cool. Well, at least they tell us what they are, not just all in Japanese characters. So yeah, there's a lot of side profile of Megaman X. The top here we got armorized, and on the bottom. So this is just my first impression from outside the box. I haven't opened it yet. Well, let's take a look inside. I have to say, this is a really nice setup here when you got everything combined. Now, most reviews ends here. I was actually wondering maybe I should disassemble this and work my way back. Since not a lot of people have seen that, but we'll see how it goes on this. Actually, yeah, why don't we do that? Do a little special, right? Backwards. So what I'm gonna do is gonna remove X here. I'm gonna pop this out here from the ears of Rush Yegg. They actually start using that name a lot, the Yegg, J-A-G-D, something like that. I gotta look that up. What that means. I wonder if that's kind of like Kai in Japanese, like the upgraded version. So yeah, it's a little tricky actually putting X's legs down there, because there's just a lot of stuff. Alright, so let's put down X here. We'll get back to him in a bit. So let's start disassembling this. Actually, got the layout here, the clamshell, which we'll put in the back here as we disassemble this, because they have a really nice layout on that. Alright, so pop this out. I think this goes... Is it here? Yeah. I'm just gonna... There we go. Do the same thing here. They're just tabs right underneath. There we go. I don't think there's any side preference on the... So this one's just tab on that side. Goes here. Same thing here. And let's see here. You got the front part there. You got this a little, well, the backpack of X. Same thing here. There we go. Gonna remove this stand here. This is the back plate, which is tabbed in. There we go. Got a T-bar. This goes there, I believe. You got the chest piece. And again, this is really cool, having being able to put the armor on Rush. You know, aside just from Megaman, like a multi-combo thing. Alright, so you got the shoulder pads there. Then you have the wings here, which are actually tabbed in aside from a peg. So this is a little tricky. And I think I got to the point where you can just pop off the leg, which probably is the best way to do this. And kind of just wiggle that out. There we go. There goes that side. Then we can push down the tab, open up the legs. Same thing on the other side. Let's see, we could just wiggle this out. There we go. Goes back there. And there is another tab there. It's actually a little tricky to pop that out the first time, especially if it's stuck there a little bit. Okay. There we go. Got the tail, the hind legs, the front part here. You untab them, close that out, bring the legs out. I like how it's able to hide that side. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good design there. There we go. Now this part I had a problem putting on. Whoops. I wonder if I'm gonna end up dismantling this. There we go. The way they have it attached on here, it's just a bit tricky. So we'll see how, later on if I can do it behind the camera. If not, I may have to do it off camera because just how it is. Then the top part here, which is just a peg right there, and there we go. Then you get the stand here. Oh wait, almost forgot. Got the little tab here on the side. This goes on to the waist of X on the back side, and I believe it goes here. So it's a nice layout of what they have here. So, and we have Rush. Let's move the tails or the ears up. There we go. It kind of looks like a reindeer. I could start calling him Comet, but there we go. Alright, here we go. Some size comparison. I do have the NX Edge, which I've reviewed recently, and that is on the tower. I'm not gonna remove that since the scaling on that one, or just the proportion is a little off. It's chibi or SD, super deformed. So here we go. We have the DRH here on the left, which I still think it's one of the best Megaman X figure out there, if you can get it. They're discontinued. You get the 4-inch Nell Megaman by Sentinel. I do have X just somewhere, but just for size comparison, what it look like next to the other ones. For some weird reason, that one's hard to get when it got released. I managed to get one, and I think Big Bad Twixter was selling at one point. I'm not sure if it's available now. So there we go. Then we have the True Force Megaman X on the back there, standing really tall. Not sure what happened to that project. I think we had a little bit of a preview or sneak peek of maybe getting Rush or some sort of bike. I think at one point there was some kind of artwork, but that project just fell through, and I didn't hear anything from that, unfortunately. So it was a nice concept. I like the design, but looking now with the other figures available, it's too tall or just too, yeah, the proportion's kind of a bit off. But anyways, moving on, we have the Tamashii mix Megaman X, or the Giga X Armor with what's that called again? Rush Yeg. And I think the proportion on this guy is quite amazing. I think it just nails it. That's the Megaman I want. So here we go. Not too bad. So again, I think in terms of height, I think they go by inch actually. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, roughly around that height wise. So looks great. Alright, so let's take a closer look at Megaman X. Alright, so why don't we go look at Rush first? I think it'll be just a little straightforward. Alright, so we got Rush here. Articulation wise, you have a ball joint there on the neck or the base of the head. Seems like there's a hinge there. Can we open this? There we go, we can. Not much deal underneath, but it's there. I cannot see the eyes. Looks like one of those, just a visor kind of deal. We've seen that we can move this. See the pins there. Other than that, the head or the neck actually, it's fixed. I don't think there's any other articulation there other than this part here. You got the nice console right there. Then you got the articulated joints here, which is a giant ball joint. Then you got the hinge here for the legs and even under the toes. Or actually, that's the ankle for the hooves, I guess. I keep thinking it's a raider, but it's dog. So you got ankle articulation there. You got hinges. So quite a bit of articulation for the legs, which is nice. You got the ball joint here, you know, for the hips. And you got a lot of stuff here, but I mean, this thing can move up, which is part of the kind of like the bike mode. You get your tail, just a simple articulation. So yeah, that's pretty much Rush. Now let's move on to Megaman here. Alright, so for X, I have a bit of a concern regarding the tabs. But if you look at him, I mean, they're on the back, onto the side, even on the chest, even on the head. But I think they're kind of incorporated with the design, even on the forearms here, the front part here. And I think it works great. I think it's kind of goes with the appeal of the design, and they don't really stick out as much. So I like it. Now there's also a lot of panel lines, or in terms of the details, that some people don't like that on Megaman. They want Megaman to be like really smooth. But I like it. It's not too much in terms of that. I'm actually kind of curious if you can pop this out and see the probably silver painted underneath. Mark 17. Interesting. Alright, so other than that, we got some nice metallic paint here on the side of the legs. Here as well. We got some nice gunmetal for the knee joint. A little bit on the ankle there. On the bottom side, got a nice clear red for his boost or leg thrusters. Or I guess sole thruster. Yeah. Even this one, I think some kind of a metallic baby blue. Alright, so going over articulation, now we got a ball joint again. We got a little hinge there on front of the neck. You can definitely look down, look up a little bit, side to side. Really great, and I really like that head sculpt. Just the proportion is just right. A little bit rounded. You got the chin, cheekbone. It's great. It doesn't look odd. So that's good. Now for the shoulder armor here, let's see how this thing is. It's a hinge with the ball joint onto the torso right there. So you don't really get much do we? Yeah, I don't think you can get much other than that, which is fine. You got your swivel here, Yeah, I don't think there's a swivel point there. So a swivel just below the bicep. You got your elbow bend right there. And you got your wrist, which you can pop out, swap out with the other pair of hands, which is basically to ride the rush. There we go. Now you have the blaster. Now there is a really cool gimmick for this one, and I have a little hunch that it will do that. But I didn't really look into much of the promos or stuff like that to be aware of it beforehand. So the thing is, you can pop this out, and getting this to go out is a little tricky on its own. Gonna have to like pry it right here. There we go. So it opens up. Then you get the other hand, and you're just gonna rotate it. There we go. Quite nice, and you just pop it back in. Now you have both hands, which is nice. Although I kind of like it with the blaster on. Right, so again, pry it open, rotate it. Got that nice blaster right there. Pop it back in. You can actually remove this. I was actually trying to figure out how to pop this out, and I accidentally popped this. So you can remove the tip off. Why? I'm not sure. So I'm not sure you can put some effect parts there. You do have a bit of a cavity there that you can peg in something. You got your torso here, a bit of up crunch, backside. You got the side to side. Your waist feels like it's a die cast, and I can see there's a hinge on the front side which allows you to move the whole thing forward. There we go. Just gotta be careful not to scrape off the paint. So there we go. You got your tie swivel on the lower part, and then you got a nice double joint for the knee bend. Yeah, I think that's nice. Because sometimes you have a bit of a gap here, and definitely you're not seeing it here. Now this one does not contain an open hand, so he's gonna be just blasting with his one arm without the support, which is fine. Moving down, you have your ankle knee here, which has some ridiculous bend there. And I like how they've included this with kind of like a piston. You got a ball joint there, quite nice. That hinge, I think it works out. Let's see here. Can you extend this? Yes. You can extend it to the point you're about to pop off that socket. But I'm just trying to see if I can do a wide stand pose. And definitely you need to kind of turn that foot. Yeah, I think it's, for the most part, it works. And someone's gonna ask, can you push the leg back or from the waist? You can't. I don't think there's any shifting panels on the backside that I can see. So there we go. Alright, so next up, putting on the armor that we just removed. Alright, so just bear with me as we go through this process. And we're gonna put the sole first. Yeah, I'll probably work my way up this time. You got 2 pegs. Pop this in. One really cool thing about this, there's that hinge again. So this allows you to bend the knee, or I guess bend the ankle or heel, and gives you that same articulation, which is great. Usually when you put an armor on something, the sole is fixed, but you kind of retain some articulation on that. So a really nice design. Moving on, we have the shin armor, or the leg armor, I guess. So there's tabs it goes through. Just gonna put this on. There we go. Now this thing is just part of the design. I don't think you can move that. Same thing here. Pop it in. There we go. Oops. Thought I got it. Interesting. It's not going in. So I really think there's no left or right side. It just... There we go. Just a certain angle that needs to go on. Next part is this waist. It goes on the back here. You just gotta have to line it up. Push that in. And fold this front. Here we go. Then you got the backpack here. Now this one is a little interesting because you gotta merge this two and put this on. So I tried doing this like one side at a time. It's kind of a little, yeah, it won't budge. All right, let's see if I can do this. Come on. I wish there was another peg between the two before you push in this inside here. Alright, I think, yeah, there we go. Hopefully that'll stay. Goes here, the back, and there we go. Chest piece goes in front. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I do have a little bit of problem with the back. It's not holding quite well. Sometimes with that peg connection. You got the shoulder here. Likewise, make sure that's pegged in. Otherwise, it'll pop off easily. There we go. That thing popped again. I wish they made the peg a little longer on the back side. You get the head here, just pegs in place. It's a really nice crest. I like that. Alright, next part. We got this. Goes on to the... Actually, I'm kind of curious. Oh, what? Oh, okay. That's cool. See, I have a feeling that it's like that too. I didn't even realize that. Wow. Alright. So, you can have double blaster. There we go. Yeah, you don't need another spare hand with open hand. You got two blasters. That is amazing. Okay, so that kind of proves that the left and right, they're pretty much symmetrical for this figure, other than the extra armaments. Alright, so moving on, you got the shield that goes here. I don't think there's any other moving parts here other than the connector part, which is an important thing later on. Alright, so there we go, we got the shield. And next up, we have kind of like a blaster upgrade. Because this goes in. There that goes. And yeah. Interesting design. Let's pack that back in here. There we go. Lastly, we're going to put the wings. Just giant binders here. Alright. So I got some Cavalier. Put that here. Simply on the other side. So only one side is painted. So whether you want the design on that side depends on how you put it in. So there we go. I think we got it. For the most part, except for the backpack keeps popping off. Alright. Always the issue with things with so many parts on them. Yeah. Kinda wish I had put some magnets there. But there you go. It'll look great. This is amazing. All that armor. Got Rush right there. Great. Alright, so let's check out some articulation while in this mode. So the legs, you're gonna get that same. This one too, although some limitation with that shield. You got these wings. You can, oops. Actually, let's take a look on the back side here. There we go. Quite nice. You can bend this down. You also have hinges here for the flaps. This thing just pops off quite easily. It's a little bit... Anyways, let's remove it. Wonder why. Yeah, just the peg connection's not... It's all the way in. Yeah. Oh well. There is another gimmick though, while we're at it. This is with the arms. Where you can combine this. So, let's take a look. There's a peg connection there. You actually combine this two. There we go, and connect that here. I guess it doesn't matter where you put it. Again, depending on your preference, where you want the decals to line up with. Alright, so it's like a crossbow kind of deal. And likewise, goes in here. Should just pegged in, right? There we go. Now this side, you can pop this out and you get this, actually we're using this little hook here, which goes onto here. Not quite sure what the significant use of this. Oh, that's right. You gotta tilt this. You gotta use that side. Because I mean you're covering one side of your blaster. Yeah, I'm just not sure what the idea behind this particular mode. I mean, it's cool that you have a blaster there, or a crossbow, but I think that was the idea behind it. Just to kind of cover up like an arrow, but you're not gonna shoot your shield. Anyways, that's that. Interesting. Alright, so the next part is basically converting Rush back to that flighting, or the Cavalier, I guess. And let's get to it. Alright, so here we go again. It's like deja vu. Alright, so first off, you're gonna lower the ears down. It's gonna be the handlebars for the bike. Alright, and we're gonna put the shield. So the top part just pegs in there. There we go. Now the bottom part, like I mentioned before, is a little tricky because you gotta put the tab here in between. So let's see here. Okay, I got lucky that time. Now it looks like a giant beak. Alright, so as we move this, open up the tab. There we go. Align it, peg that in. There we go. Flip it over. Do the other side. Align it. There we go. Flip it over. Get the front part. Now the back part the same way. Flip the tab over. Peg that in. And fold the legs in front. Actually, there's another tab there, as we can see. Pegs in. There we go. I don't think there's any pegs in the front though. Same way, pop that tab. Sometimes it's hard to pop it. It's there. There we go. Peg that in and secure the front or the hind legs. There we go. All right. Lower the tail, and we're gonna start putting stuff here. So the bottom side, where's that? This one. We're gonna be putting it here. This is back piece. So now it's part of the bottom plate. Just gotta align it. It's there we go. Now for the crest here, we gotta just actually let's do that later. All right. What is next? Trying to do this. All right, so that goes up there. So why don't we go in front? It's a little easier. Chest part. This goes here. This pegs in. There we go. This one goes on the collar. Goes upside down. There we go. Then just kind of wraps around. Oh, this one goes underneath. See those T-bars? Same thing here. I'm gonna just go back and forth on this. Alright, so that is there. This one goes in front. Just pegs in. And this one goes underneath. Or I think we're just gonna bend this. There's a little tab here at the end of that. So there it goes. Same thing with the other side. This time it will be great to have some music, right? Alright, so this one goes on top here. There's a little space there, so that it doesn't really tab in, but there's a little space so you can get it close to the body. Same thing here, you gotta just push that in, and there we go. Now this is the part where we can put the whatchamacallit, the crest, forehead protector right here. I'm gonna repeg that in. There we go. So I'm gonna make sure everything is secured for the most part. Lastly, this wings. So this one, it goes on one side because of how they are tabbed. So this one goes here. And I can't remember if this is one of those tricky ones. So you gotta do it without the... Anyways, I think I got it. Alright, so I got that one side. That is dangling right here. Bear with me, we're almost there. It's one of those that you gotta put a little bit of attention. It's kind of hard to talk and do it at the same time. Okay, almost there. That's the last piece. Alright, I think we got it. So it's a nifty bike thing. Or what's going on with my focus? There we go. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you can even actually move the handlebars there, the front part of the bike. Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. Now for the stand, this is a 3-piece. Just pegs in underneath. There we go. Kind of makes it look like a kiddie ride. Now for X, you gotta swap out the parts here, or the hand, since the one we have on him are the, let's see if I can grab this. I wish there wasn't like a tab. There we go. Yeah, we gotta pop that in, or pop that out. Gonna use this one here, which has the square pegs. Same thing on the other side. Pop that out. There we go. Kind of want X to have like a cape. I think he'll look cool with a cape on this ride. Maybe. Bend this out. There we go. There we go. And the fun part, trying to put it in there. So just gotta have to open his legs, slide it underneath. There we go. Alright, I think we got it for the most part. Then you just gotta have to loop the leg one at a time. There we go. Same thing on the other side here. So it kind of adds to the booster, because we have boosters here on top. We can kind of lower this down here. He also have a booster from his leg. So really nice. Then we're just gonna have to attach this thing on here, slide that in. Same thing on the other side. There we go. And there you have it. It's a nifty setup. Now these hands though are kind of just gonna be lying around, but yeah, this is amazing. I like it. Might leave it on this mode because you have everything on it. Although when he has his Giga Armor on, that looks great too. But I think this is gonna be a little bit more secure. Yeah, this is nice. I like how this turned out. Very awesome. So there you have it. Got mine from Tatsu Hobby. Think they might still have some in stock. Wanna check it out? Although they're closing Christmas Day today. But they're gonna be open tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sure if they're gonna be open on New Year. I may have to ask that, but I mean, regardless, if you are making an online order, they'll get to it after or in between the holidays or after the holidays. But yeah, great place to check out stuff, especially if you're local. It's my go-to place for my hobby needs, especially for figures, mold kits, whatnot. Tatsu Hobby. And there you have it. That's pretty much it for the review. Hope you guys enjoy it. Again, have a Merry Christmas, the Happy Holidays. Enjoy it till next year. Moving on to, I'll probably do my top 10 figures. I have to dig through my, I guess, my playlist and check what I've reviewed this year and decide on that. And learning from last year's experience, yes, I'm not gonna show it on the thumbnail. That was a bad idea. And I'm not gonna use image. We'll see though, because some of them might be just hidden and I actually really like them. I just haven't had a chance to display them, or don't have the space to display them. We'll see. And I might also do one for spinners, since spinners has been like a big chunk of my hobby, or spending the hobby this year too. So anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. So until then, this is Means. Thanks for watching.